the White House. Ari, what a smiling face to have back on our show. Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
what
Chris.
brings you back? Is this the return from Elba? Is this the 100 days of Napoleon's return from Crawford? What is going on with this network of former Bushies, current Bushies, I should say, singing the old song?
Well, Chris, I'm here because you invited me to be here.
Oh, yeah, okay. I appreciate that. But
I think when people look back on the Bush years...
Isn't that a fair standard?
The one thing people are going to remember the most is that he kept us safe. We have not been attacked since September 11th. The second is, as I said, Barack Obama should be thankful that he's inherited a world without Saddam Hussein in it. The third part
but we were
is
attacked,
troublesome,
we were
Chris.
attacked on your watch. If you start getting into who was attacked when, we suffered the worst domestic calamity in history on your watch. If you get into this whose watch was good, you guys blew it. I don't know if you can do it that way.
Chris, how dare you?
How can you say
Chris, if we get attacked again, if we get attacked again, are you going to say we got attacked on Barack Obama's watch? We got attacked by terrorists.
I'm using the word the way you're using it. You're saying
what you just did is shameful.
I'm not saying anything. Don't say I'm being shameful here.
But just people who look at substance.
Ari, you can't set up a standard and then not live by it. If the standard is we didn't get hit.
Who is talking?
What?
Who's talking?
If you set up a standard,
you can't and not live by it, Chris Matthews.
Yeah.
You know, Chris, I don't recall you saying that James Carville, Paul Begala, those people shouldn't be on the air defending their boss. But here you are questioning why people like me would be out there saying things about my boss.
Because
it's not a slam dunk, Chris. There are two sides to every issue.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Chris, first of all, it wasn't warned directly. It was one of those vague warnings about Al Qaeda wants to attack in the United States.
Inside the United States.
Is that a surprise?
It was delivered to the president in person in a daily intelligence briefing. And what did he do with that intelligence?
Chris, and this is the real world. This is what's mind-numbingly frustrating.
See, I'm just asking you how you would use it politically.
Chris, do you ever not interrupt your guests, or is that all you'd like to do? Now, here's the answer to your question, if you would let me answer it. Present that side.
Okay. Let me ask you about the financial crisis which we inherited. Let me ask you another question. Do you believe that the administration made an honest case in taking us to war with Iraq? An honest case?
Yes.
Even though you corrected the record afterwards and said that they made a dishonest argument that we faced a nuclear threat.
Chris, how disingenuous are you? You can just roll back the tape from this interview. Chris, I said we were wrong. I didn't say we were dishonest. Dishonest is your word, Chris Matthews.
Let me go back to where we started before we started quibbling here. On the main reasons why this president left.
But what's really troublesome is why you would twist my words. When I said we were wrong, you said I acknowledged we were dishonest. Chris, that reveals a lot about you and how you cover the guests who come on your show. When you can twist people's words like that, you shouldn't do that.
Just a minute. Thanks for the correction. Now we face Ahmadinejad in Iran with no buffer in the region, no threat to his power, no counterpower to him. He's all alone over there as a main threat to our country and to other countries in the region because we removed the only check on his power, which was Saddam Hussein. That's the argument.
Chris, the issue was, and I believe this still today, and of course you and I disagree with it, but after September 11th, having been hit once, how could we take a chance that Saddam might not strike again? And that's the threat that has been removed, and I think we're all safer with that threat being removed.
And I am glad that we no longer have an administration that uses that kind of argument. Thank you very much, Ari Fleisher.